Welcome back to the Humane Education Series, brought to you by the Santa Fe Alliance for Science and the Santa Fe Animal Shelter. My name is Karen. My friends from the shelter, Mary Beth and Tom, are going to talk to you today about how to be safe around dogs.
Thank you, Karen. Mary Beth and I are very happy to talk about this very important topic. First, I'd like to ask the students a question. Do dogs have feelings? Dogs are certainly different from us in the way they look, but do they have feelings like we do? Well, I hope your answer is a very strong yes, because they have exactly the same feelings as we do. Dogs feel fear, loneliness, confidence, happiness, all the feelings that we feel. Now, before we talk about dogs, let's see how you would react in a few situations. So let's say you're walking down the street minding your own business. It's a beautiful day. You're feeling really good. Everything is fine in your world. Then a complete stranger, someone you've never seen before, runs up to you, talking loud. He catches up to you and starts patting you pretty hard on the head. How does that make you feel? Maybe you're confused, scared, or angry. Maybe all three. Think about how you would feel. Or how about if you were eating your favorite food? Let's say it's pizza, and your brother takes it away from you. How does that make you feel? I'll bet you'd be really mad. In these examples, think about the way you feel. If you would feel that way, so would your dog. Now let's look at a few situations where your behavior and actions can affect your safety and a dog's feelings. Mary Beth, please talk about the correct and safest way to meet a dog for the very first time.
All right, let's say you're walking down the street and coming towards you a half a block away is a person walking their beautiful Labrador retriever that probably looks just about like this one. You've never seen the person or the dog before, but you really want to pet this dog. What's the first thing you do? The very first thing you should do is to ask the pet's guardian, "May I pet your dog?" Sometimes a guardian may say no. This could happen if the dog is scared of strangers, or maybe the dog was a rescue who was abused in the past. The guardian may decide that it's better if a stranger doesn't pet the dog. Most of the time, the guardians will say yes when they know that their dog is very friendly and loves to be petted. So if the guardian says, "Sure, you can pet him, he's very friendly," what's your next step? Do you rush up to the dog, looming over him and talking loudly and tapping him on the top of his head? Or do you remain calm, speak softly, and let the dog come to you? If you were the dog, what would you prefer? So let's say the dog has approached you. Here's a demonstration of what you should do next.
What I want to do is let him have a sniff of me, and I keep my hand curled like this. If I have my fingers out, they could be nipped. If my hand's like this, then I can't really be nipped. So I have a little sniff. You see Chewy just kind of looked at me, and the dog's nose is their primary sensory organ. "Hey, sweetheart, how are you?" And then what I want to do is just get under their chin. Give them a little tickle under the chin. That's the next step in introducing yourself to a dog. It's very non-threatening, very polite, and it's quite safe for you. And again, you're not coming over top of them or doing anything scary like that. So a little sniff, a little scratch under the chin. And by this point, if a dog kind of draws back or looks at you or looks alarmed, it's probably a good idea to step back and say, "All right, this dog doesn't really want to say hi to me at this time." Really, that little first approach, a proper introduction and a little scratch under the chin really go a long way towards making you very non-threatening to a dog, basically making friends with the dog you may encounter in the street. And then you can go ahead and pet them and be reasonably sure that everybody's having fun. Isn't that right? That is how you make friends with a strange dog.
Let's review the steps. First, ask permission from the guardian. If the answer is yes, get as close as possible to the dog's level. You may need to squat down and let the dog come to you. Next, hold out your hand, wrist up or fingers curled, so the dog can get a sniff. Sniffing is a way that dogs say hello to other dogs as well as people. So he's given you a sniff and it's time to pet him. Do you come over the top of to pat his head? No, remember, you start by scratching under the chin and then gently work your hand upward to scratch the top of the head. All dogs love to get scratched under their chins. Coming over the top of the head might be a little scary, especially if the dog has ever been hit. As with most situations, if you put yourself in the place of the dog, this can be a good guide to staying safe by respecting the dog's state of mind and comfort level. Okay, Tom, how about some other examples to help everyone stay safe around dogs?
Okay, here are a few examples, and some of these may seem like common sense, but sometimes good judgment fades away with the natural attraction people have for dogs. First, never reach through a fence to pet a dog, even if you know the dog, and never enter a yard with a dog in it without the permission or knowledge of the homeowner. Never bother a dog when it's eating or sleeping. If this happened to you, you'd probably be angry. So would the dog. If two dogs are standing nose to nose, never put your hand between them. Even if it looks like a harmless situation, you could get bitten. Also, never bother a mother dog while she's with her new puppies. Her protective response may be more powerful than her normal sweet disposition. And never tease dogs, even the dogs you know. Don't tease by pulling their tails or ears. Just like people, dogs sometimes have bad days, and teasing might set them off. Even on good days, this is not something any dog would want. If a dog is obviously hurt, don't try to pick it up. A dog in pain may bite, even the guardian, because they're afraid and they don't know what's going on. Call an adult who may call animal services, the local shelter, or a veterinarian. Okay, here's a fact that's very important in keeping you safe. Dogs in groups often behave differently than dogs by themselves. I'm going to repeat. Dogs in groups often behave differently than dogs by themselves. Thousands of years ago, dogs evolved from wolves. And how do wolves hunt? They hunt in packs. So here we are, thousands of years later, and there's still a little bit of wolf instinct left in every dog, especially when the pack mentality kicks in when they are in groups. A group of 5 or 6 dogs may become aggressive, where any one of those dogs alone would not. Now, I'm not saying that all dogs in groups are dangerous. Most of the time, it's probably fine. But why take a chance? Be safe and avoid dogs in groups.
What if you come across a strange dog that is without a guardian? You should play the safe game. This video clip will explain what this is.
Hey, look at that dog! He looks scary. Let's get out of here.
No, don't run. Dogs are faster than you, and it might want to chase you.
What do we do?
We should play the safe game. It's easy. When a strange dog approaches, stay still and chill. Arms crossed like a boss. Face away like you don't want to play. Eyes down and look at the ground. We want the dog to get bored, so it will go away. Don't run, scream, or wave your arms around any dog. That's not safe.
Okay, let's be safe together.
Stay still and chill.
Don't move and don't make a lot of noise.
Arms crossed like a boss.
Keep your arms still and close to your body.
Face away like you don't want to play.
Turn your head to the side.
Eyes down on the ground.
Keep your eyes down. Don't stare at the dog.
Look, it left. The safe game works. I'll teach my friends the safe game too.
Well, for the last few minutes, we've provided information to help you maintain safety around dogs. We all love dogs. I have 4, Tom has 2, and Karen has 2. They are members of our families. It's always important to remember that dogs have feelings, the same feelings that we have. It's also important to look at the world from the dog's point of view and act accordingly.
And when you think about it, safety around both dogs and humans revolves around kindness, compassion, and respect. These 3 elements are part of the foundation of the Santa Fe Animal Shelter, and we want you to be knowledgeable and to stay safe. So many thanks to my friends, Mary Beth and Tom, for sharing all of this important information. And until our next session, remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and always be kind to the animals.